Benjamin Sesko to Manchester United, the transfer that could change everything. Welcome to Unite United News, your most trusted source for all things Manchester United. When it comes to getting the real story behind every transfer, every rumor, and every big decision at Old Trafford, we are here to give you the facts without the nonsense. Today we are diving deep into what might be the biggest transfer story of the summer: Benjamin Sesko's move to Manchester United. The story everyone is talking about. Have you been wondering what all the fuss is about with this young striker from Germany? Why are Manchester United willing to spend so much money on someone who many fans have never heard of? And most importantly, what does this mean for the players we already have at the club? The answer is simple. Benjamin Sesko might just be the missing piece that Manchester United have been looking for. At just 22 years old, this Slovenian striker has caught the attention of some of the biggest clubs in Europe. But it looks like he has his heart set on joining the Red Devils. Who exactly is Benjamin Sesko? Before we talk about the transfer itself, let us get to know the player who has everyone so excited. Benjamin Sesko is not your typical striker. Standing tall at 6 feet 5 inches, he brings a physical presence that Manchester United have been missing up front. Sesko started his career in Slovenia before moving to Austria with Red Bull Salzburg. This is where he really made his name. The young striker showed he could score goals at the highest level. His performances were so good that RB Leipzig decided to sign him. But what makes Sesko special is not just his height. Yes, he is good in the air and can win headers. But he is also surprisingly quick for someone so tall. He can run behind defenders and create chances for himself. His left foot is his stronger one, but he can score with both feet. In the 2023-24 season at RB Leipzig, Sesko scored 14 goals in 31 league games. That might not sound like a lot, but remember, he is still learning and adapting to one of Europe's toughest leagues. Many experts believe his best years are still ahead of him. Why Manchester United want him so badly? Manchester United have been looking for a striker who can lead their attack for years to come. They tried with different players, but none of them seemed to be the perfect fit. Sesko offers something different. First, he is young. At 22, he has many years ahead of him. This means Manchester United are not just buying a player for now, but for the future too. They want someone who can grow with the team and become a legend at Old Trafford. Second, he has the right attitude. Reports from Germany suggest that Sesko is hardworking and always wants to improve. He listens to his coaches and teammates. These are exactly the kind of qualities that Manchester United want in their players. Third, he fits the style of play that the new manager wants. Modern football requires strikers who can do more than just score goals. They need to help with the build-up play, press opponents when they lose the ball, and create space for other players. Sesko can do all of these things. The numbers behind the deal. So how much are Manchester United willing to pay for this young talent? The reports suggest they have offered €75 million plus another €10 million in add-ons. In British pounds, that comes to about £65.3 million plus £8.7 million in extras. This is a lot of money for any player, especially someone who is still developing. But Manchester United believe it is worth the investment. They see Sesko as someone who could score goals for them for the next 10 years or more. The add-ons in the deal are interesting too. These usually depend on how well the player performs. For example, Manchester United might pay extra money if Sesko scores a certain number of goals or if the team wins trophies. This shows they are confident he will be successful. The competition from Newcastle. Manchester United are not the only team interested in Sesko. Newcastle United have also made an offer, and their bid is actually higher than what Manchester United are offering. This creates an interesting situation. Why would a player choose a lower offer? The answer lies in what the club can offer beyond money. Manchester United have a bigger name, more history, and better chances of winning major trophies. They also play in the Champions League more regularly. For a young player like Sesko, playing for Manchester United means joining one of the biggest clubs in the world. It means playing at Old Trafford in front of 75,000 fans every home game. It means being part of a club that has won the Premier League, Champions League, and many other trophies. Newcastle can offer good money, but they cannot offer the same level of prestige and opportunity that comes with wearing the Manchester United shirt. What this means for Rasmus Højlund. One of the biggest questions about the Sesko transfer is what it means for Rasmus Højlund. The Danish striker joined Manchester United just last year for a big fee. He is also young and was supposed to be the striker of the future. If Sesko joins, it creates a problem. Both players are young strikers who need regular playing time to develop. Both want to be the main striker for the team. This competition could be good for the team, but it might not be good for both players. Reports suggest that Højlund might have to leave if Sesko arrives. This would be sad because Højlund has shown promise and many fans like him. But football is a business, and sometimes tough decisions have to be made. Højlund himself has said he wants to stay and fight for his place. He believes competition will make him better. But the reality is that if the manager prefers Sesko, Højlund might not get enough chances to prove himself. The training situation at Leipzig. One clear sign that the transfer is close to happening is what is going on at RB Leipzig. Sesko has been training alone instead of with his teammates. This usually happens when a player is close to leaving the club. Leipzig released a statement saying that Sesko was working individually. They also mentioned other players who were training alone, but Sesko's situation is clearly different. The club knows he wants to leave and they are preparing for life without him. Training alone is not punishment. It is more about protecting both the player and the club. If Sesko gets injured while training with the team, it could affect his transfer. By training alone, he stays fit while the clubs work out the final details of his move. What Sesko brings to Manchester United. So what exactly will Manchester United get if they sign Benjamin Sesko? Let us break down his strengths and what he can add to the team. His biggest strength is his physical presence. At 6 feet 5 inches, he is much taller than most defenders. This makes him dangerous from corners and crosses. Manchester United have players who can deliver good crosses, so having someone who can attack them properly is important. But Sesko is not just about heading the ball. He is also good with his feet. He can hold up the ball when teammates are running forward. He can play simple passes to keep attacks moving. And he can finish chances with both feet. His pace is another weapon. Many people think tall players are slow, but Sesko can run. This means he can get behind defenders when the team plays quick passes. It also means opponents cannot play with a high defensive line against Manchester United. Sesko also works hard for the team. He presses defenders when they have the ball. He tracks back to help his teammates when needed. Modern strikers need to do more than just score goals, and Sesko understands this. The manager's vision. The current Manchester United manager clearly sees Sesko as an important part of his plans. Managers usually have a specific idea of how they want their team to play, and they sign players who fit that vision. For this style of play to work, the striker needs to be able to do many different things. They need to score goals, but they also need to help create chances for other players. They need to work hard when the team does not have the ball. And they need to be a leader on the pitch. Sesko seems to tick all these boxes. His performances in Germany show he can adapt to different styles of play. He has played in teams that like to attack quickly and in teams that prefer to build up slowly. This flexibility is exactly what modern managers want. What the fans are saying. Manchester United fans have mixed feelings about the potential signing of Sesko. Some are excited about getting a young striker with huge potential. They see him as someone who could score goals for many years and become a club legend. Other fans are worried about spending so much money on someone who is still unproven in the Premier League. They remember other expensive signings that did not work out. They wonder if the money could be better spent on other positions. There are also concerns about what happens to Højlund. Many fans like the Danish striker and do not want to see him leave so soon after arriving. They feel the club should give him more time to prove himself. But most fans seem to trust the manager and the club's decision-makers. If they believe Sesko is the right player for Manchester United, then supporters are willing to give him a chance to prove himself. The financial side of things. Let us talk about the money side of this transfer. 75 million euros plus add-ons is a lot of money, even for a club like Manchester United. Where does this money come from, and is it a good use of the club's resources? Manchester United make money from many different sources. They have sponsorship deals, they sell tickets for games, they get money from television, and they sell merchandise around the world. This gives them the ability to spend big money on players. But every transfer is also a risk. What if Sesko gets injured? What if he cannot adapt to English football? What if he simply does not score enough goals? These are the risks that come with every big signing. The club clearly believes the potential rewards are worth the risk. If Sesko becomes a star at Manchester United, he could help them win trophies. Winning trophies brings in more money and attracts better players. It also makes the fans happy and proud of their team. How this affects the team's balance. Adding Sesko to the squad will change how Manchester United play. Having a tall, strong striker gives the team different options in attack. They can play long balls to him. They can cross the ball more often. They can use him to hold up play while other players join the attack. But it also means other players might have to change how they play. The wingers might need to deliver more crosses instead of cutting inside. The midfielders might need to play more through balls. The whole team needs to adapt to make the most of their new striker's strengths. This is normal when any new player joins a team. Good managers know how to adjust their tactics to get the best out of all their players. The key is making sure the team plays as a unit rather than just trying to get the ball to the new signing all the time. Comparing Sesko to other strikers. How does Benjamin Sesko compare to other young strikers in European football? This is an important question because it helps us understand whether Manchester United are making a good decision. At 22, Sesko is at a similar age to other promising strikers like Erling Haaland was when he moved to Manchester City. Haaland has been incredibly successful, scoring goals at an amazing rate. But Haaland was already proven at the highest level when he moved to England. Sesko is more similar to players like Darwin Núñez when he moved to Liverpool or Rasmus Højlund when he joined Manchester United. These are players with great potential but who still need to prove themselves in the Premier League. The advantage Sesko has is his physical attributes. Not many strikers combine his height, pace, and technical ability. This unique combination is what makes him special and why Manchester United are willing to pay so much money for him. The timeline of the transfer. When might we see Benjamin Sesko wearing a Manchester United shirt? Transfer deals can take time to complete, even when both sides want to make it happen. The fact that Sesko is training alone suggests the clubs are close to an agreement. Usually, the final steps involve agreeing on payment terms, scheduling medical examinations, and completing all the paperwork. If everything goes smoothly, Sesko could be a Manchester United player within days or weeks. This would give him time to settle in before the season gets too busy. New players always need time to adapt to their new team and new country. The sooner the deal is completed, the better for everyone involved. Sesko can focus on his new challenge, Leipzig can plan for life without him, and Manchester United can start integrating their new striker into the team. What success looks like. How will we know if the Benjamin Sesko transfer has been successful? What should Manchester United fans expect from their new striker? In his first season, realistic expectations might be around 15 to 20 goals in all competitions. This would show he is adapting well to English football and contributing to the team's success. More important than just goals is how he fits into the team's style of play. Success also means helping Manchester United compete for trophies. The club has not won the Premier League for over a decade. They want to get back to challenging for the biggest prizes in football. A striker like Sesko could be the missing piece that helps them achieve this goal. Long-term success would mean Sesko becoming one of the best strikers in the Premier League. If he can score 25 or more goals per season consistently, he would be considered one of the elite players in his position. This is the level Manchester United need to reach if they want to compete with teams like Manchester City and Arsenal. The risks involved. Every big transfer comes with risks, and the potential signing of Benjamin Sesko is no different. What could go wrong with this deal? The biggest risk is that Sesko might struggle to adapt to the Premier League. English football is known for being physical and fast-paced. Many good players from other countries have found it difficult to adjust to this style of play. Injuries are another concern. Sesko is a big player who relies on his physical attributes. If he gets a serious injury, especially to his legs or back, it could affect his career significantly. Manchester United would be paying a lot of money for a player who might not be able to perform at his best. There is also the risk that he simply might not score enough goals. Strikers are judged mainly on how many goals they score. If Sesko does not find the net regularly, fans and media will quickly turn against him. This pressure can make it even harder for players to perform well. Looking at the bigger picture, the potential signing of Benjamin Sesko is about more than just adding one player to the squad. It represents Manchester United's ambition to return to the top of English and European football. For too long, the club has been inconsistent in the transfer market. They have signed some players who worked out well and others who did not justify their price tags. The Sesko transfer shows they are trying to be smarter about their recruitment. By signing a young player with high potential, they are thinking about the future. Instead of buying older players who might only have a few good years left, they are investing in someone who could be with the club for a decade or more. This approach makes sense both on the pitch and financially. If Sesko becomes a star, his value will increase significantly. Even if Manchester United decide to sell him in a few years, they could make a profit on their investment. The final decision. So should Manchester United complete the signing of Benjamin Sesko? Based on all the information available, it seems like a risk worth taking. Sesko has the physical attributes and technical skills to succeed in the Premier League. He is young enough to improve significantly over the next few years. He seems to have the right attitude and work ethic to handle the pressure of playing for Manchester United. The price is high, but that is the reality of modern football. Good young players cost a lot of money, especially when multiple clubs are interested in signing them. Manchester United have the resources to make this signing without damaging their ability to strengthen other areas of the squad. The biggest concern is what happens to Rasmus Højlund, but competition for places is normal at big clubs. If both players stay, they can push each other to perform better. If one has to leave, that is an unfortunate but necessary part of football. Conclusion. The Benjamin Sesko transfer saga shows us several important things about Manchester United's current situation. The club is willing to spend big money to get the players they want. They are thinking about the future rather than just trying to fix immediate problems. And they are competing with other big clubs for the best young talent in Europe. Whether this transfer works out or not, it shows that Manchester United are serious about returning to the top level of football. They understand that success requires taking calculated risks and making big investments in the right players. As fans of Unite United News, you know we always give you the complete picture without hiding anything. The Sesko transfer has potential to be brilliant for Manchester United, but it also comes with risks. What matters most is that the club is trying to improve and give fans something to be excited about. Keep following Unite United News for all the latest updates on this transfer and everything else happening at Manchester United. We will continue to be your most reliable source for news, analysis, and honest opinions about the club we all love. The next few weeks will tell us whether Benjamin Sesko becomes the latest Manchester United star or just another expensive experiment. Either way, it promises to be an interesting journey for everyone involved.